So today is the day one. We are going to start with the Salesforce architecture. So in Salesforce architecture, it is a multi-layer architecture, and it contains like a series of layers of the architecture. The first one is at the lowest, which is for creating any of the application, we want some platform. That platform in the cloud is sold as the service. So here, these are the examples of the platform as a service, that is PaaS. Force.com, Heroku, and Exact Target, and whatever. So currently in Salesforce, now we are using Salesforce.com, and on top of this Salesforce application has been created, that is Salesforce organization. And on top of that we will be creating the applications. Inside the Salesforce application we are creating multiple applications that are known as clouds. These clouds are named based on their functionality. For example, if the application is used for sales purpose, then it is a sales cloud, and it is used for service, then service cloud. And if it is used for marketing and to manage the marketing data, that is named as marketing cloud. So similarly we can also name our cloud with any name when we are creating a separate custom applications. So we will get into the Salesforce and have a look on what is the Salesforce and how it looks. So this is the Salesforce application which looks like. So here we can see our profile. We have both Salesforce Classic and Lightning. So currently I am inside the Salesforce Lightning application, which is a latest version where the visibility or the UI part is bit gentle and easy to use. But a Salesforce Classic is the old display or the olden application which was used for the Salesforce. So currently it has been upgraded, so it is always advised to work in Lightning experience. But still, it is necessary to have a knowledge of this also. So here, this is the Salesforce Classic. We can see here, these are the applications which I explained, that is Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud. So applications based on their functionality have been added here. And we'll move to the Lightning experience. So mostly we will be working on the Lightning only rather than Classic, because it is important that we should be working on Lightning. So here, which I was showing, is a Salesforce app, and I even showed Sales Service Cloud and everything in the applications which are again based on the functionality. So what is this Salesforce platform, that is force.com, how we will be able to see? Yeah, so there is one advantage in Salesforce, that is along with the application we are also getting the platform to customize our application and make our application more beautifully looking or based on the requirements of the clients. So if we go here, we will be able to see a developer console is opened. This is something where we will code and make some changes and make that component visible in the UI part. So this is for testers, this is for developers and not for testers. Okay, just for the awareness I have informed. And in Lightning, how we will be able to see the applications, you might be surprised. So here we have to go to App Launcher. This is called as App Launcher, and from here you will be able to see all the applications. So if we click on this, so we will be able to see all this. These are the applications which are currently in my Salesforce organization. Okay, these are the objects. This we will look into the objects in the next class. And coming to the preparations, like the first thing is you have to We will go to the security part in the Salesforce. We have finished our architecture. Now we will go to security. What is security? In any of the application, the first most concern of any client is, while they are storing all the data of their company, it is important to understand how the security is, and is it easily compromised, or what are the different level of securities we can have here. So this is the security level, uh, where we are going to see in the further classes, where the restrictive way is OWD, and the most later access would be based on the records, that is sharing rules. So starts from here and goes like this. As far as we go, the wider the access. Here the restrictive access. Okay. And now I'll go to the external securities. There are two types of securities, which are internal and external. As I showed in the diagram, this is the internal security. But how about the external security? What if people are trying to log inside the Salesforce, and how about that? That we can consider here. So the first one is verification code. Whenever we log into the Salesforce, we will get a verification code, so that people will not be able to log in until and unless there is a verification code. After this, a verification code will be generated, so that we have to enter, and then only we will be able to log in. Okay, this is the first one. And next comes is activation IP addresses. To um restrict the access with the help of IP addresses. Ignore the spelling mistakes, please. And for doing that, our best friend is in the entire Salesforce career is setup. We have to go to setup and click on this, so you will be able to see the setup. So here you have to go from here is network access. Setup security network access. So click on this. You will get, or you will be able to define the IP addresses. IP address is something which everyone knows. So it is a unique address which is provided for each device, or the each location, or any of the network. Based on the network, IP address is generated. So here you can have the list will be having the IP addresses which the organization is trusting, so that if you log in with that IP address, there is no need of this two-step verification, or again and again logging in. So you can create one by clicking on new. You can provide the series of IP addresses, or even like only if you have only one IP address that you want to allow, that you can enter both the IP addresses in start and end. But you want to allow the IP addresses within a range like from 14 to 17, you can do this also, and you can put any description and save it. So now your organization will give a easy access. That means it will not restrict or do some two-step verifications for these particular IP addresses. But you say that there are some other IP addresses which are already logged in before you set up this set network access. What you have to do is, that is the second one. Okay, this one is completed. Activations. So you have to go to activations. You have to go to setup and click on this find menu, and you can go to activations. Click on this. You will be able to see the username, login IP, and when it was created, And is it authenticated or not? Authenticated means it's two step verification or not. Okay, so from here you will be able to see what is this challenge completed means. Whenever you get a verification code, and when you will not be like, you will be logging in without verification code, you will not get this time here. Here this is showing I have entered verification code to enter the Salesforce org. Okay, this is done. And if you want to remove all these IP addresses, you can go click I don't want these two IP addresses to log in into the Salesforce. So I can check mark this both and give as remove. So I'll not do this because it will log me out, so I'll do something which is previous one. Okay, are you sure you want to remove the selected entries? Yes, of course, I don't want those two IP addresses to log into the Salesforce, and that they will be automatically logged out. Again, they have to follow the two step verification and then they can log in. Okay, this is done. And next external security is if something goes wrong in the entire application, like there is one person who has took the password details of the users, which was like by mistake or something given to the like written in one of the book, but that person is trying to enter into that Salesforce accounts and take the data of the client. So in this case we have to take some immediate actions to stop him, because he already got the passwords and he will be able to log in. So what is the next step we can do is we can restrict that by doing go to setup, and again same in the find box we have to check for expire all the passwords. So when we do this, since we are not aware that for which users this password is exposed, so now we will do is expire all the passwords. If we do this, all the passwords in the Salesforce org will be expired, and we have to create the new password with new without compromising and everything. And you will get a verification code on your email ID, so the person who is having only the password will no longer have the access. So you can save and everyone will log out. Okay, this is third one. And then comes is audit trial. So yeah, these things happen, but we want to know like some of the technical changes have been made and some production issue came, but our manager is expecting us to get to know that who has done that. Then what we have to do is we have to go for in the same setup, and the find box you can go for view setup audit trial. Click on this and you can see all the 20 entries which are being made. But you will say no, this has been made like past 20 days back or 25 days back and not within the 20 entries. Then what you can do is you can get all the logs of last 16 months by here. You can click on this download and you will be able to download all the audit trail for past last 6 months. So this will help you to track what are the things which have been happened. So you will be seeing only 20 here. So here you can go and try to download it. Okay, it will be saved in the .csv file. This is fine now. So now today, as of now, we learned about architecture and external security. And now as we will create a application. So we will go, we have seen this. What is this? This is an application. So Salesforce, all these applications are there. But I want some one application which is like replica to Flipkart. That is a requirement from Salesforce clients. What we will do is we will go to app manager. In the same setup we are doing all these things, so we have to be very friendly with this. Going to app manager, And here we have so many apps inbuilt. So what I'll do is I'll create a new lightning app by clicking here. You can give a name for the Flipkart. I'll give Flipkart copy. Developer name will be automatically taken and description. This is just for training of service provided to Flipkart customers. Okay. Of service. Okay, this is fine. Okay, this is done. But I want a logo which is of Flipkart. So what I'll do is I'll go. I have already saved one of the icon for the same, and here we will be able to give for only 20. The size should be within 20 KB. 20 KB here you can see, and the format is only JPG allowed. Sorry, not JPG, it's PNG. And then you can do a checkbox. Use org options. Use the app's image color instead of org's custom theme. And you will go here. We have nothing to do with these things and the same. And here these are the objects which are already present in the Salesforce, which are provided by default. So this is something which is like we have to add it, like where we are going to use in that application. So what I'll do is I'll add account, click, and do a arrow. Again, I want cases to save the cases. I'll click and do it, and done. So this is the profiles. This we will see in the further classes. As of now, you can give system administrator. Save and finish. Okay. So now our application is ready. We have to go and have a look. So you can go here and check for Flipkart. Oh yes, our app is created. You can click on this, and here is our application created. So here you can log the cases which you will get it, and this is how it is. So on this objects and those tabs and everything, we will speak in the further classes. Okay. As of now, we have covered all this, and your assignment would be I want everyone to create at least two apps and have a look on this external security, how it is, and create one Salesforce org to do all these things. Okay. Okay, then bye bye. Thank you.